mountains enough to climb, and there are oceans and rivers enough to cross, enough to last till the end of time. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. It's the only thing that there is, just too little love. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. No, not just for some, but for everyone. Oh.
Good afternoon, I'm Marva Richardson again, celebrating my mother's 90th birthday. Happy birthday, Mom. Listen, I am so honored. I called Mr. Charles Potter to let him know that we were doing this, and Mr. Potter suggested that a proclamation was done. That was said on a Wednesday. My husband picked it up from Dover, and the doctor, Dr. George Witcher, is going to read this loud and clear. Doctor, would you please?
Loud and clear. Turn up my mic, please. State of Delaware House of Representatives, tribute. Be it hereby known to all that the House of Representatives recognize Evelyn J. Johnson, August 31st, 1924. Best wishes to a special woman on the joyous occasion of the celebration of her 90th birthday. We join with Mrs. Johnson's family and friends in wishing her many, many happy returns of the day. The House of Representatives extend its sincere congratulations and direct this tribute be presented this 31st day of August 2014. Charles Potter, and these other names I don't know, but Charles Potter was the sponsor, state representative, and we thank you so much for making this special proclamation to a wonderful, outstanding member of our community. Right. God bless you.
Mr. Witcher, can I show off a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
There you go. Can you bring me in on that, Mr. Cameraman, please? Which I thank God for all these people that I don't know how they put up with me all these years. You know what? I started out with Reverend Brand, I guess, and I'm to tell you, I was a wreck. I still am a wreck. Mr. Cobb, this is what he started with, and this is what he still got sitting next to him, a wreck. This is my mother's proclamation.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Did I read it loud enough?
Yes, you did.
I'm not fired?
No, well, if he says you're not fired, you're not fired. We still got it going on.
You did a fine job.
Well, you know, we have legends here on this program who have all had the opportunity to work with our good friend. We do a lot of joking and kidding, but she is just a sincere, sweet, giving woman. Mm-hmm. And we know that, again, as I said, that, you know, our apple just don't fall too far from the tree. You know, it's what's instilled in us, you know, and there's nothing like a mother's love, you know, and you are a reflection of your mom. Just look in the mirror, and we see Mrs. Johnson when we look at you. You know, and it's truly a blessing. It's a blessing to be asked to come down here, you know, with such people as Reverend Brown, Mr. Charles, Josie Roy, the outstanding legend himself, J. Caldwell, and Linwood, just to be a part of extending congratulations and happy birthday to your lovely mother.
Thank you. You know, one thing that is outstanding in my mind is we were raised. You know, Josie, we didn't have much means. We were, you know, but we were grateful. Yes. And we were raised, and Mr. Caldwell, we were raised. I'm gonna tell you, you know, one thing that stands out with my mother, we were taught if we didn't do nothing, well, I bet you we knew how to clean. Oh, yeah. And let me tell you something, if you didn't do it right, you went back and did it again. Now, what I didn't like, ironing. Oh, please. My mother would have to iron the clothes.
Yeah.
And if we would iron the clothes and she saw wrinkles, Mr. Caldwell, we had to turn around and do them again.
Wow.
So I had to learn I better do it the right way. It saves time and it's easier for me.
Yeah.
But Josie, and let me tell you something, Mr. Caldwell, Josie's laughing, but how many straps did Josie get? Now I want you to.
I can't even count.
Her mother, Miss Gloria Roy, they were mothers between my mother, Josie's mother, my mother. But Josie's mother used to walk to Battery Park and push her little siblings, little babies, with a strap.
Oh.
That's why Josie turned out as good as she did. Now, Mr. Caldwell, don't you think that she was an angel?
No, I didn't think that.
But you know
Yes.
it wasn't so much straps.
Yeah.
I think we were disciplined.
Yes, we were.
And we knew what we could do and we knew what we couldn't do,
Yeah.
shouldn't do. And it wasn't so much just strap. It was even like if they whipped you, you go get a tree limb and don't come back with a small one. But I don't think we got the beatings like that. It wasn't straps because we had the respect for them.
Yeah.
And they made sure that we did what we were supposed to do.
Please, yeah.
So, you know, we have families that we are so proud of because of our raising up, you know, the way we were raised.
Yes.
And, you know, it wasn't going too many beatings because you were going to do the right thing.
Well, yeah, it wasn't
know.
so you wouldn't say beat it, but they knew how to sting us.
Yeah, sting
Mr.
you.
Caldwell, you're looking
Right.
kind of amused over it. Did you get any stings?
Oh, I got my share, Marva.
Did you really?
Yes, I got my share. I used to have to go get the switch myself. Yeah, I got my share. And
You get short
like I
ones or
said,
long ones?
Well, I got I got the one that I had to get. You know what I mean? But my mother-in-law, she hit me yesterday.
Oh, my goodness.
She hit me yesterday.
Now, what did you do? Maybe we asked.
Not one thing.
He's so innocent.
She hit me yesterday.
Yeah. Well, listen, you know, and I want to give everybody else a chance to, because we still, you know, this is important that everybody, you know, vent out today. But, you know, my mother, in teaching us to clean, it took me, you know, my sons, we have like, I don't have a big franchise, I got a little franchise. My son has a big empire franchise, it's called Jan Pro, and then I have my other sons, we have a company called Jan Pro. And let me tell you something, from my mother teaching us how to clean, we got some of the best jobs. And let me tell you something, Mr. Caldwell, we're the best cleaners in the world.
All right.
You know,
Well,
Marva,
go
I'd like
ahead.
to weigh in on that. You know, you're talking about work and cleaning jobs and all of this. You know, 90 years ago when your mother was born, there weren't any minorities on broadcasting like we see here today.
Right.
And when I sit here amongst you talk about legends with Jay Caldwell and the gospel ambassadors were performing back with Mr. George Witcher was announcing them on stage. I was a kid growing up with my friend here, Mr. Lenny Church, you see, and I remember those great musical selections that you guys was putting out there. And you also mentioned how Mr. Twin B. Brown, Reverend Twin B, mentored you in broadcasting. And I just gotta say, I'll be remiss if I didn't mention that what he's doing today with the school and the kids, he's still teaching broadcasting out there today. And I'm just honored to be here amongst all of you legends. And to me, you guys are legends. I learned from you. We need mentors. We need people to show our young people the right way to go. And that's certainly what you guys did for me. I'm in radio and TV now because of you guys. Paved the way. I'm with the Lap Hour, Josie Roy and Lenny Church, host of the Lap Hour show. Bring me on from time to time when they can, and it keeps me out there and speaking when we're speaking. But today is Sunday. Tomorrow is Labor Day, and that's the reason why I wanted to raise that. You're talking about working. You know, it wasn't long ago we only had 8-hour work days, the holidays and weekends off. Those holidays and Labor Day is a reflection of those times that we didn't have child labor laws and these things. So tomorrow they're having a parade at King Street in Wilmington, Delaware. I think it starts at 12. The line's up at 10. You guys can come on out and watch the parade as we celebrate Labor Day and the roads that people before us paved, like the gentlemen and ladies that are sitting here here with me on this show today. So I did want to touch on that a little bit. And again, your mother is 90 years old. Back then, we couldn't sit here and congregate and speak out on these issues. So we want to thank that generation for doing what they doing. And again, I can't sing like Mr. Caldwell, but maybe before the show's over, we can all get a happy birthday in there, and we'll join in that way. But again, happy birthday to Miss Evelyn Johnson. Enjoy your day, sweetie. We appreciate all of the support that you've given us and your generation's support and encouraging us to be where we are and doing what we're doing today. I will never forget personally. And I just want to weigh in on Labor Day. You guys come on out and support that parade tomorrow.
All right.
And I want to, like I said, we're going to take a short break because I've got to ask Josie's permission on something because Josie might fire me. Because it's firing season now. She's got on the perfect thing, that pink slip collar.
Yes, it is.
Look at Mr. Caldwell, he's getting ideas.
You have to watch Jay Caldwell.
Yeah, because he likes pink. You know what that means.
I think we're going to go to a break right now. We'll be
Yes,
right back.
we'll be right back. Thank you.
All the people of God sing his praise. All the people of God sing his praise. Everything that has breath shout for joy. Everything that has breath shout for joy. 'Cause everything that is beautiful belongs to you. And the earth it is the Lord's. Everything is yours. Everything is yours. You are excellent. Oh, the earth it is the Lord's. Everything is yours. Everything is yours. You are excellent. How excellent is your name? How excellent is your name? How excellent is your name? All of the earth say, how excellent is your name? How excellent is your name? How excellent. All the nations of the earth now rejoice. All the nations of the earth now rejoice. All the people of God sing his praise. All the people of God sing his praise. Everything that has breath shout for joy. 'Cause everything that is beautiful belongs to you. And the earth it is the Lord's. Everything is yours. Everything is yours. You are excellent. The earth it is the Lord's. Everything is yours. You are excellent. How excellent is your name? How excellent is your name? How excellent is your name? All of the earth say, how excellent is your name? How excellent is your name? How excellent is your name? In all of the earth say, how excellent is your name? How excellent is your name? How excellent is your name?
Thank you again. I'm Marva Richardson. Again, to my mother, happy birthday. And I just want to just kind of bring myself in to give others a chance to really get their last moment thoughts out. And I would like to say, and as you know, Josie, when she taught us to clean, remember that ammonia? It would just take the sting in your nose. It was horrible. I mean, but Mr. Caldwell seems like he can sniff that. I mean, we had to clean. But I want to thank her anyhow. Like, ammonia and less toil. Oh, and pine oil and pine saw. Am I all right?
Did it take all that?
Well, you know, they thought it took all that, but we learned how to clean, didn't we,
That's right,
Josie?
that's right.
But you know, through that, you know, she taught us, and from there on, I traveled on to become different things, not only in cleaning, but in other areas. And I thank God, because of her teaching me how to clean, I was able to go into the home of boxing promoter Butch Lewis. And I used to tell my husband, if I can clean and please Mr. Lewis, I can clean anybody, please anybody, because Mr. Lewis wanted perfection. He wanted your house to sparkle. And so the thing of it was, you didn't go in Mr. Lewis's home, you know, they had to go through your history to get in his home. You went in there, he had to know he trusted you. And you know, and not to find out if you could be trusted. So through that and my mother's training and teaching us with all that bleach and all the things I thank her, because it took me into avenues of some of the world's finest places with some of the world's finest people. All right, doctor.
Marva. Before,
Yes, sir.
before we go on, I'm asking your permission
Yes, sir.
to say this here. Do I have your permission?
Yes, sir, you do.
All right. Now, on Friday, I celebrated my 70th birthday.
70th.
And I just received so many warm wishes through my Facebook fans. And then on Saturday, my wife had this tremendous cookout for me. And I just want to take time to thank her publicly.
Yeah.
How much I really appreciate her. All my friends showed up but one. But we understand that he is so busy and he has so much to do. But I just wanted to thank my lovely wife and my family because it was just tremendous. Marva, getting back to your mom, getting back to you being the woman that you are is what brought us together. We all have a busy schedule. We all could have been doing a lot of different things. But because of the love and respect we have for you, we took time out to come and to join in with you in wishing your mom happy birthday. 90 years, think about it.
Yes.
Just think about it. The trials, the tribulations, and what she went through during those 90 years. Think about all the wisdom. And she passed it on to you. Marva, thank you so much. And right now, what we're going to do, we're going to go to Reverend Twin B. Brown with some reflections.
Well, anytime anybody get 90 years old and still driving and still looking for a husband and all of that, I think that's something to really say about her.
That speaks for itself, doesn't it?
And Marva came in the studio canvassing for her mother. I mean, she was asking everybody, did they want to marry?
Are you married?
Are you married? So we had a little fun, but you know, I remember Marva when she was in training and had the mind to go on TV and have her own program. And I used to get on about a lot of things, and she used to bring her mama up, you know, my mama gonna be watching me and all this. She always included her mama into everything you do. So I mean, I was asked to come. I was happy to be here, and like everybody have said, when you get 90 years old and she's able to watch the program today and hear the things that's said about her, that is a joy. And the life that she have lived and all that she's gone through with, the testimonies of people like that, you can't replace with nothing. And so, again, I want to wish her a happy birthday.
Thank you. Mr. Lennon.
Well, all I can say is to Miss Evelyn Johnson is her labor was bringing you in the world.
Oh, please.
There you go. So to expound off of my dear friend behind me, Mr. Linwood Jackson, and we are those guys, and what we do is we are UAW guys retired, and what we understand, and we're also military guys retired to some degree, but what we understand is that Labor Day is very, very important, and it's important to us all to understand that when Miss Evelyn Johnson was brought into this world, which was 1924, I'm quite sure I'm correct on that date. It's just that, you know, you look back at that and you think about how many work hours people had to work. You know, it wasn't 8-hour days. And one of the things we love about Labor Day, and as Linwood said, come down and be a part of the parade, is most important that you understand that in order to have fair wages to make it in this world, one of the things you have to do is continue to fight for anything you have to have. People are making record profits around the world. You cannot look at this as being a domestic economy. This is a world economy. And the numbers are staggering when you look at how much money that some of these CEOs are making in these companies. And the sad thing is that some of you out there are having to work 2 jobs. And you're having to work 2 jobs because you have no union representation. I'll be the first to tell you, you have a right to be able to assemble as a union. I suggest that you think about that come this Labor Day and make some serious inroads into deciding what your fate's going to be. Because if you're gonna work 2 jobs and they're gonna raise the minimum wage to $10, then why can't you get $20? That way it'll raise your standard of living. You do that. And for Miss Evelyn Johnson, like I said, her labor was you, Marva.
Oh, thank you.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Miss Josie Roy.
I think Linwood took some of my time. I mean,
We still got
Lynn
about 10
took some of my time. So I don't have a whole lot to say. I just want to say to Miss Evelyn Johnson, happy birthday. Hope you have many, many more. And I can remember thinking back, Marva, when I would see your mom and when we were all coming up, growing up together, and I would see her and she would always ask me, how's your mother? How's Gloria?
Yeah.
And that was the kind of relationship that the families and the mothers had back and then, because they always cared for each other, and we as kids cared for each other. That's just how it was. We weren't even allowed to come out of Newcastle because Newcastle was like our home, our family, our kids. That's where we played together, we lived together, we did everything together. So I think that is a reflection of what we are today and why our families are like they are today and how we are today. So again, Miss Evelyn, thank you so much. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. All that you did for all the kids in Newcastle when we were growing up. We can't thank you enough, and I hope you have many, many more blessed birthdays.
Now we're going to turn Mr. Jackson, and then, but we're not keep. I wanted the last moment thoughts to Mr. Caldwell. We're going to have to really pick on him again before we close out. And then we're going to turn it back over to the doctor, whatever you choose to do after that, doctor.
All right.
Well, you know, Marva, it's funny. Reverend Twinbee Brown was saying earlier about how he came into the studios today, and you were canvassing for a partner for Miss Johnson. And it's funny because the last time I was over her house, I shared the story. I was with her, and we went over together, you and I, and she was strong and feisty, and as ever, and very healthy. I think she was. That was just a few years ago, a few summers ago. And she was talking about going on a cruise. She looked me right dead in the eye. She was dancing around the room and looked me and said, I want to go on a cruise, Linwood.
Sure does.
And I'm like, well, that's a good idea. I cruise all that. That sounds like fun. And she says, no, I want to go on a cruise. And I'm like, well, yeah, let's go on a cruise. And I didn't, I'm thinking, well, I got a friend. I didn't want to, I couldn't go. I think you were like 85 then or something, But the spirit that you exhibited at that particular point, dancing around and traveling and wanting to travel, just inspired me. And I'm sitting here today with all friends of yours and families of yours, and I have to say, please continue that spirit. Get on the cruise ship. Do what you want to do in this life. We're only going around this one once. And if you're ready, I'm ready. You want to go on the cruise? Let's go.
Let me tell you something. My mother can hang with you, brother.
I know she can. I know she can.
You might be, I don't know what you are, but my mother can hang with you. Mr. Caldwell, my mother is feisty and strong. She's dynamic. She's all the good things.
In closing,
no difference.
I do want to say happy birthday again, though, Miss Johnson. Happy birthday.
Will you add to that and clean this up for us, Mr. Caldwell? Clean it
You
up.
have a salesman here, don't you?
I would like to say, I'm just sitting here thinking about a song my mom left me 3 years ago. And you're so blessed to still have yours.
Yeah.
And there's a song, and I'm not going to sing the song, but the word said, she gave me life when it started.
Yeah.
Mama stayed with me.
Yeah.
She never parted. She held me close when I would cry. She would wipe the tears from my little eyes. She understood my baby talk. Mama was there when I started to walk. And I thank God. Thank God for Mama.
I knew if you stay here long enough, you'll come up with something.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
That's really good, yeah.
I have visited the nursing homes and I'm around a lot of older people. I call them older. And Mr. Caldwell, I don't believe in age. Our family doesn't believe in age. It's just years passing by. Am I correct? And I feel that as we do grow older, we want to feel useful. And I hear sometimes the sons or the daughters or someone say, well, Mom, you're too old. You don't do that in our family. We don't play that. So if you're 85 and you want to hook on a cruise with my mother, bring it on. And let me tell you something, Mr. Caldwell, you can bring your wife and you all can go. All y'all can go, but I'm just saying, but this is the truth. My mother's dream is to go on a cruise to visit the islands. So, I mean, it's up to you. You know, look at him. He's laying. You done got yourself in this. But I tell you one thing, you would not be the same if you went on a cruise with my mother. How about you, Reverend Brown? What are you laughing at? He's sitting up there up to no good. He needs prayer, Mr. Caldwell. What's your problem?
Well, I mean, you already convinced me that she's ready to go on the cruise.
Well, you know, now, like I said, it don't have to really be a husband, Mr. Caldwell, just a nice companion. You know what I mean, Mr. Caldwell? But I would like to hook her up in part of what we are, the group, the Napa group.
Okay.
And by the way, thank you, Napa, for allowing us to be part of this today. And thank you for all the people that have made it possible. Listen, we got a few minutes. Doctor, would you clean this up? These people are getting out of hand.
Well, you know, it's kind of hard to clean up what especially what Linwood said. He put himself out there, man. And you done already told him before he made that statement, right, that very few people can keep up with him. And so now he said that
salesman.
He said he's ready to go on the cruise. Yeah. And Marva said, now don't think you're gonna go on the cruise and babysit.
Absolutely.
Don't think you're gonna be in a rocket ship. By no means. So you know you gotta be ready to go. But it's such a blessing when we think about our mothers.
Yes.
Those that are blessed to have their moms.
Yes.
You know, it's such a wonderful thing. And we just thank God for Mrs. Johnson.
Yes.
And for all of the Mrs. Johnson. You go to the high-rise building.
Yes.
And, you know, and you see our senior citizens up in age, they're getting around. They're doing for themselves. They're independent. And if you have a mom out there, please take time to go by and say, Mom, thank you, I love you. Because so often children have a tendency to forget about their parents because they've gotten up in age, so they're kind of getting in the way. You know, whatever you do, don't forget Mama. Because as Jay Caldwell said, Mama was there through it all. Through it all, Mama was right there. Wipe them tears from your eyes. He ain't said nothing about changing them dirty diapers, but she was there through it all.
You know, while we're getting ready to conclude, I've never laughed so hard in my life. Wow. You wait, I got your number, buddy. Now, while we're going to, look, he got himself in a mess. Before we close, I want you to throw another plug. We got a big thing going. And Mr. J. Caldwell, I guarantee you, when I, come to help represent your night, I promise I'll do better. Because I had fired myself.
No, Mom, but you
fired
did a fine
yourself?
job. That's why
fired
we want you
myself.
back.
He picked me back up. I fired myself. I thought I did so bad, you know.
No, you did a fine job.
Outstanding.
But listen, and one of the things I've learned, I've got to stop being proud. I have, when it comes to singing, I didn't tell you this. You were giving me the announcements to read. I couldn't sing them. He was, the things he would give me to read, and I kept on saying, ha, ha, ha. I bet he got tired of me. He didn't say that. But I'm going to have my glasses on that night.
All right.
Is that okay,
But
Mr.
you did a
Caldwell?
fine job.
Oh,
You did a
please.
fine
But
job.
see, Marva, it's a whole different thing when you're sitting on a set and you're looking at camera.
yes.
People are not looking back at
That's
you.
true.
But being in front of an audience, and some people can be so cold and don't want to
my
understand what
God,
they say, and they send out negative vibes. This was your first experience in front of a big crowd, and you did awesome.
And
you
they invited you
really
back.
did awesome.
And my heart was skipping a beat. I thought it was going to stop. And then when Mr. Caldwell, something about you, when you appear, please. Then he told me that when we do it this coming year, I could leave whenever. Well, he knows when you step up, I can't leave.
But
I got
when-
to hear the rest of what's going on.
When he invites you back, you're all right.
All right.
Oh, please.
you ain't worried about nothing.
That's right. You did it about 30 years ago. We haven't asked you back yet.
We have 1 minute left.
Yeah, we got 1 minute to wrap it up. Give a plug to Mr. J. Caldwell II.
Jay Caldwell and the guy coming back to the the 2nd of November. We will be telling you more about it, but we want to close out with Marva saying thank you, Mama.
Well,
for 90
thank you, Mom, for
years.
putting up with this. Thank you for just allowing me, for allowing me to be myself, for allowing me to be outspoken, and for allowing me, because from the program you see, we were raised from the heart, gut heart. So whatever, I learned, I still had to take it straight and cut it cold from the heart. And so I thank you for this representation of my life from you. I thank each and every one of you, Doctor.
Thank you.
Dr. Witcher,
Quick,
Dr.
happy
Benjamin
birthday,
Ray.
happy birthday. Let's
Happy
go out.
birthday.
Happy
Let's go out. Happy. Thank all of you. Mom, we're all going to sing happy birthday. Go ahead, Doctor.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.